You thought comfort was your refuge, but comfort is a slow death. It kills your fire, dulls your edge, and makes you invisible to yourself. You needed a challenge, not a safe space, not a warm bed. You needed to face the cold, the struggle, the fight, because that's where you find what you really are. Comfort lets you fade. Challenge demands you rise. And if you choose comfort over challenge, you choose to lose. This is not about pain for the sake of pain. This is about awakening the fire inside. Because comfort kills you. Comfort feels like a promise. A quiet place where nothing bad happens. But beneath that stillness, something dies. It's not just boredom or laziness. It's the slow erosion of your spirit. You wake up one day and realize the fire inside you has shriveled into embers. You stopped fighting for something greater. You stopped pushing against the limits that shape real strength. We live in a world built to numb us. Screens, easy fixes, endless distractions. They whisper to you, stay here. Don't risk. Don't challenge the calm. But comfort is a trap, a cage with invisible bars. It looks safe, feels like peace, but it suffocates ambition, burns passion, and crushes the alpha mindset you need to break free. This video is not about shaming comfort or glorifying pain. It's about the brutal truth you've been avoiding. Real growth demands discomfort. The kind that makes your heart race, your mind scream, your body ache. The kind that forces you to stand up and face rejection, heartbreak, and your own shadows. Because you can't be a man, real masculine energy, if you live sheltered from struggle. You can't rebuild yourself without first breaking down, and you can't find purpose in silence if you're too comfortable to listen to your own fight. So this is a call to look inward and ask, what have you sacrificed for comfort? What have you lost because you chose ease over challenge? Because comfort kills you, but challenge can make you alive. Why does comfort kill? Because it cuts you off from what makes you human. Struggle, pain, growth. It lulls you into a numb routine where the fire of your masculine energy slowly dies out. This video is about understanding why you needed a challenge to truly live, and how choosing comfort was the greatest betrayal to yourself. Comfort is seductive. It hides behind easy wins, soft words, and familiar surroundings. It convinces you that progress happens without sacrifice. But that's a lie. Without rejection, heartbreak, and discomfort, you never build resilience. Without facing your shadows, you never find real strength. Why she left? Because comfort killed desire. Because the man she wanted wasn't fighting to be better. Because the energy that once burned bright went cold and safe. You were supposed to be the challenge, the force that pushes her to grow, to evolve. Instead, you became predictable, easy, forgotten. This isn't just about relationships. It's about how comfort destroys ambition, purpose, and the alpha mindset. When you choose comfort over challenge, you shrink. You stop chasing greatness. You stop being a man who controls his destiny. Self-improvement demands struggle. The path to real masculinity is paved with pain, failure, and relentless pursuit. You need to ask yourself, what comfort are you hiding behind? What challenge are you avoiding? Because only by embracing the fight, the rejection, the heartbreak, the solitude, can you reclaim your life and your power. Comfort kills you, but challenge awakens you. Comfort kills you because it numbs the senses, dulls the mind, and shrinks the soul. At first it feels like relief. No storms to fight, no battles to win. But relief is a mirage. Underneath the surface, you're starving for meaning, for struggle, for the raw fire that forges true strength. You settle. You stop pushing. You tell yourself tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow is just the same quiet death as today. Rejection feels like pain. Heartbreak feels like the world crashing down. But those moments cut through the fog comfort builds around you. They strip away the lies you tell yourself. They force you to confront what you really want. The alpha mindset isn't about avoiding pain. It's about walking through it with your head high. It's about standing in the storm, not hiding from it. Look back. When was the last time you felt truly alive? Not safe, not comfortable. Alive. When your heart was racing, your breath short, your mind razor sharp, because you were in the fight of your life. That's the fire you've been running from. The challenge you've been avoiding. Masculine energy demands action, risk, and sometimes failure. It demands that you look in the mirror and face your darkest parts, the fears, the doubts, the anger you suppress. Comfort silences those voices with distractions. Challenge makes you listen. It forces growth. You remember the nights alone wrestling with your failures, the sting of rejection that cuts deeper than any wound, the silence after the fight, when everything feels broken. That silence is not emptiness. It's a canvas, a place to rebuild, to redefine what it means to be a man who commands respect, not by force but by presence. Self-improvement isn't about quick fixes. It's about relentless pursuit of your highest self through discomfort. It's waking up before dawn, pushing your body when it screams to stop, sharpening your mind when it begs for ease. It's about controlling your emotions, not letting shame or fear decide your fate. You needed a challenge because without it, you lost your edge. Without it, you lost her. The world doesn't reward the safe man. It rewards the one who dares, who risks, who fights. The man who understands that comfort is the enemy of ambition. This journey is lonely. Solitude becomes a crucible. But in that solitude you find clarity. You learn to master yourself, your desires, your fears, your shadows. You realize that being a man is not about what others think. It's about what you demand from yourself when no one's watching. Pain teaches you limits. Challenge expands them. Heartbreak shatters illusions. Growth builds something real from the wreckage. This is the path of masculine energy. Raw, unfiltered, brutal, but real. If you want to be a man who stands tall, who commands respect, who lives with purpose, you must embrace the fire of challenge. You must step out of comfort's shadow and into the fight. Not just for her, not just for the world, but for yourself. Because comfort kills you, and the challenge, it sets you free. You're ashamed. Ashamed you settled. Ashamed you stopped fighting. You feel the weight of every missed chance. Every silent moment you chose comfort over fire. You miss what you lost. Her, respect, purpose. Regret claws at your chest like a ghost you can't shake. Anger boils beneath the surface at yourself, at the world, at the silence you let grow. You fear being forgotten, erased by time and ease. You wonder if you're enough, if you ever were. This is the raw wound comfort leaves behind. The hunger for more. The scream inside that won't be silenced. Comfort is a slow poison. It creeps in when you're not paying attention, wrapping its cold fingers around your spirit. It disguises itself as peace, but it's the end of growth, the death of ambition. The truth is simple. You cannot live fully, you cannot be truly alive, while wrapped in the soft chains of comfort. The challenge you avoided was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you, to forge your spirit in fire, sharpen your mind in struggle, and awaken the fierce energy that lies dormant inside. Real masculinity isn't softness or ease. It's grit. It's resilience. It's standing up when everything inside you wants to sit down. You needed to be challenged because that's where you find meaning. That's where desire burns brightest. That's where you learn who you are beneath the layers of fear and excuses. When comfort kills, it steals not just your ambition, but your essence. But there is hope. Because the moment you face discomfort, the moment you choose to fight, even when it's easier to fold, you step into power. You reclaim your story. You rewrite what it means to be a man in a world that wants you weak and passive. So ask yourself, what will you choose today? Comfort that kills or challenge that awakens? The answer shapes everything. It decides if you remain forgotten or become unstoppable. The fire is inside you. Don't let comfort snuff it out. If this hits you deep, don't keep it inside. Write. Speak. Share your fight in the comments. Maybe someone needs your fire. Maybe she will read. Maybe you'll find the challenge you've been running from. Because growth starts with one step. One word, one truth.